Hey everyone! Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our deep dives into the DC Universe. New videos every week. Harper Row, also known as Bluebird, burst onto the scene during the New 52 as an engineer with tech skills and a custom taser. On paper, it sounded fresh, a member relying on gadgets and hacking. In reality, she never found her footing. Bruce didn't trust her like the Robins or Batgirls did. Her appearances dried up after Rebirth, leaving fans wondering why she existed. She wasn't given major arcs or long-running series. Then there's Duke Thomas, the Signal, a daytime patrol hero with light manipulation powers. Interesting concept. Except DC never fully committed. His solo miniseries struggled, and appearances in Batman books have been sporadic. Without consistent development, he risks fading. Level 1 represents wasted potential. Level 2 isn't much better. Spoiler entered Gotham's scene in the 1990s as Cluemaster's daughter. After Tim Drake quit as Robin, she took the mask for just months before Bruce fired her for disobeying orders, one of the shortest Robin runs ever. She later became Batgirl, gaining traction, but War Games 2004 killed her off, only to revive her after Backlash. Since then, she's shuffled between roles. Azrael brought one of the wildest chapters. Jean-Paul was brainwashed by the Order of Saint Dumas. When Bane broke Bruce's back, Azrael took over as Batman. But then came the Azbat suit. Armor, claws, firepower. He became too extreme, alienating allies and spiraling. Bruce defeated him, proving Gotham couldn't survive his reign. Azrael's reputation never recovered. He's a failed Batman experiment. Batwing, Luke Fox, had high-tech potential, but his solo series was canceled quickly. He's been inconsistent, sometimes genius level, other times just backup. Tim Drake already fills the tech detective role. Level 2 represents unfulfilled ambition. Level 3 moves into mid-tier territory. Cassandra Cain entered during No Man's Land, raised by master assassins to fight without words. She became Batgirl in black with a stitched mask reflecting her silence. Fans loved her minimal dialogue and action. DC struggled with her direction, renaming her Orphan during New 52. Many readers felt disappointed. She possesses skills rivaling Bruce himself, yet she's overlooked in major events. Inconsistency across reboots prevented her from reaching higher. Huntress occupies this space too. A mob boss's daughter fueled by vengeance. Willing to cross lines, Batman refuses. Her crossbow made her one of Gotham's ruthless fighters, but that brutality meant she never stayed fully embraced. Sometimes written as essential, other times sidelined. Despite being compelling, she never cemented herself as indispensable. Batwoman, Kate Kane, made her modern debut in 52 with military discipline. Operating parallel to Batman rather than under him, she got praise for her solo series and became one of DC's most prominent LGBTQ heroes. Her relationship with the Bat family is complicated, an ally never fully woven in. The CW show brought recognition, but didn't secure her comic status. She's in Gotham's orbit, not its center. Level 3 represents quality held back. Level 4 is genuinely competent and consistent. Barbara Gordon changed Gotham forever when she appeared in Detective Comics 359 in 1967. As Commissioner Gordon's daughter, she carved her own space without Batman's invitation. The Killing Joke paralyzed her in 1988, and instead of ending her, it led to her reinvention as Oracle. From her wheelchair, she became Gotham's information hub, feeding intel to Batman, the Birds of Prey, and the Justice League. Her hacking, leadership, and tactical planning made her indispensable. After New 52 restored her mobility, she's moved between Oracle and Batgirl roles. She's one of the most iconic figures in the Bat family. What keeps her at level 4 instead of higher is that she doesn't disappear into the mythos like Bruce, Dick, or Alfred. She's vital, but not irreplaceable. Damian Wayne stands here too. He arrived in Batman 655 in 2006 as Bruce's biological son with Talia, raised by the League of Assassins. At 10 years old, he was already one of the most dangerous fighters around. Grant Morrison's Batman and Robin showed his growth from brutal arrogance into a capable character. He balanced assassin training with Robin, learning restraint while keeping his edge. His popularity is mixed. Some love the depth, others hate his arrogance. Either way, he's unforgettable. Too volatile for the top tier, but too skilled to rank lower. Catwoman rounds out level 4. Originally a jewel thief, she evolved into one of Gotham's most complicated figures. She's both ally and adversary, the thief Batman can't stop, and the lover he can't hold on to. Her acrobatics, stealth, and burglary skills are unmatched. She's fought alongside Batman in Hush and Cataclysm, but betrayed him when it suited her. The chemistry between Bruce and Selina has defined decades of comics and films, nearly culminating in marriage during Tom King's run. She's essential to Batman's story, but always walks her own line. Level 5 represents genuinely good members. Tim Drake stands here as Detective Genius. He appeared in Batman 436 in 1989, different from Robin's before him. He figured it out himself, discovering Bruce and Dick's identities through deduction, the only Robin to earn his mask through detective work. His intelligence defined him. Where Dick embodied charisma and Jason carried raw fire, Tim became the strategist. As Robin, he He wasn't the strongest, but most analytical, catching details Batman overlooked. He argued Batman needed a Robin to maintain humanity. He evolved into Red Robin, stepping from Batman's shadow while carrying the legacy. He's led the Teen Titans and worked with the Outsiders, proving himself one of the smartest members. Jason Todd burst onto the scene in Batman 357 in 1983, hot-headed and reckless. Death in the Family had readers vote on his fate. By narrow margin, they chose Death. The Joker beat him with a crowbar. Years later, Jason returned as the Red Hood, transformed into Gotham's vengeful anti-hero. Trained by assassins, armed with guns, unafraid to kill, his anger aimed at Batman for failing to avenge him. That conflict defined his modern role, ally and rival mixed together. While his methods are brutal, his popularity has grown. Red Hood became one of DC's most successful Dark Legacy characters. Terry McGinnis came from Batman Beyond in 1999, taking Gotham into the future. When Terry's father is murdered by Wayne Enterprises criminals, he takes up the mantle with old Bruce guiding him. His futuristic suit gave him capabilities Bruce never had. The mix of determination and relatability made him work. He balanced school, relationships, and Gotham's weight. The series became a cult hit, spawning Return of the Joker. Terry still stands as one of the best examples of expanding the Batman mythos without undermining Bruce. Level 6 belongs to the truly great, the legends who've become inseparable from the mythos itself. Dick Grayson is the original, debuting in Detective Comics 38 in 1940. As a child acrobat who watched his parents die in a mob hit, he echoed Bruce's tragedy. Taken in by Bruce, he became Robin, the first Boy Wonder. For decades, his energy balanced Batman's grim persona. But Dick's greatness comes from evolving beyond that role. He was the first Robin to outgrow the mantle and transform into Nightwing in Tales of the Teen Titans 44 in 1984. That represented independence, maturity, and leadership outside Batman's shadow. As Nightwing, he became the Teen Titans' heart, leading icons like Donna Troy, Starfire, and Cyborg through legendary stories. His leadership made the Titans DC's Justice League rival, proving Grayson was a hero in his own right. Back in Gotham, he's carved out Bloodhaven as his own city to protect. When Bruce was presumed dead after Final Crisis, Dick even took up the cowl as Batman with Damian as his Robin. Fans embraced this era because Dick brought different energy, more open, more balanced, yet still effective. What cements him here is his consistency across decades. Alfred Pennyworth completes level 6. He debuted in Batman 16 in 1943 as comic relief, but evolved into something far deeper. Modern takes depict him as a former intelligence agent or battlefield medic, giving him skills to patch Batman after nightly wars. But his influence extends beyond first aid. Alfred provides Bruce with the humanity he loses in his mission. He's the one offering wisdom and reminders that Bruce is more than the mask. He's extended that care to every Robin, every Batgirl, even Jason Todd in darker years. His kitchen table became the one safe place in Wayne Manor. In Batman Endgame, he fought off Joker's men with a shotgun. In City of Bane, he paid the ultimate price when Bane killed him in front of Damian. Even in death, his influence lingers. Without him, Batman's foundation collapses. Level 7 belongs to Bruce Wayne alone, the absolute GOAT tier. He debuted in Detective Comics 27 in 1939, and from the moment he stepped onto the page, he changed what a superhero could be. Unlike his peers, he had no powers. His only weapons were his mind, body, and will. That foundation made him one of fiction's most iconic figures, a boy watching his parents murdered in an alley. That trauma fueled a lifelong war, turning him into the world's greatest detective through training across the globe. When he returned to Gotham as Batman, he became a symbol. Criminals feared the Bat in the shadows before they even saw him. His presence has anchored DC's most important stories. In year 1, Frank Miller showed Gotham drowned in corruption and a Batman still learning. In The Dark Knight Returns, his comeback proved how enduring the legend was. In The Long Halloween and Hush, his detective side shone brightest. Every version reinforced his place as DC's cornerstone. His relationships with the Bat family define him. Dick, Jason, Tim, Damian, Barbara, each reflects part of Bruce's character, showing the man behind the mask, trying to build something beyond his pain. On the bigger stage, he's one of the Justice League's founders, often the strategist balancing gods and aliens with human resolve. His contingency plans reveal paranoia and preparation that make him feared by allies and enemies alike. His influence extends far beyond comics. From Adam West's campy take to Michael Keaton's redefinition to Christian Bale's grounded realism to Ben Affleck's grizzled veteran to Robert Pattinson's raw detective, every era has found ways to make Batman resonate. Through animation, Kevin Conroy's voice became the definitive Batman for millions. What puts him firmly in the GOAT tier is the legacy he built and the cultural impact across every medium. For over 80 years, Batman has remained at the center of the DC universe, never fading, always adapting, reminding us that one man's will can rival God's.